being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. That will be all right.
Smoke them if you got them, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Bama Smoke. And we're going to start it off right now. Listen, before you even start listening to us right now, I want you to go ahead. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I'm telling you right now, every time you hit a subscribe button, one of my kids get to eat. They're starving. They want that country fried steak. They come to daddy all the time. They say, Daddy, when can we eat dinner? It's been 2 years. I said, my YouTube page is going to take off. They're like, no, it's not. I need to go ahead and eat. I said, listen, just give me some time. My 2-year-old came up to me the other day and said, hey, look, there's a little boy opening toys, and he's a billionaire, and you can't even get in 2,000 subscribers. Get your butt in gear. I said, yes, sir. So right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Second thing, Alabama, dominant program in the country. So that's the news for Alabama, because everybody else in the country is going crazy. Jonathan, real fast, how you doing?
Well, awesome as always. We're sitting here talking college football, so how could I be anything other than amazing? Clearly, right?
Yeah, clearly. And by the way, if you Kangaroo Black, I've hit him up. He's I guess he's in. I don't know where Kangaroo Black is.
He's in limbo.
I know he's sipping on something and smoking something nice. And as for Ty, he's still decorating houses, and he's got a surprise coming. So he's got a surprise on his personal life. He's happening, so we can't talk about it. But it's somewhat good. 20 years from now, it won't be that good, but 10 years right now, it's going to be good. So with that said, we got a lot of good news coming up, a lot of great news for other people, not for Alabama. Well, you know what? I don't think Alabama gives a damn. But before we get started, let's go to the chat room. Chat room's already going crazy. Everybody just, damn.
They're excited to see your face.
Yeah, everybody's excited to see the jokes. Brian. And see who we got today. Thank you. We got Mr. Bama Reaper. For some reason, and see,
he's awesome.
Rally. See him on. Okay, we got Waylon in the house because I see. Look, this is not Eat Harmony, y'all. We got William. You want to get like Spencer. Okay, we got from TDA last week. You saw him. Justin Riley. Here we go. So everybody's in the chat room. Right now it says we got 30 people watching. So mine is 25.
23.
Yes, Stingray is hitting me up on my text saying my internet is the shit. I know. But listen, that's okay. What did Justin say?
He says the virtual barbershop where everyone hangs out. We don't want to copyright that, though. They have the barbershop for Alabama right now. So I think they still got that series going on, right, Justin? I'm sure you guys watch it.
And that little punk LeBron James has one too. Talks about how he's like white privilege or something. I don't know. I don't watch. I hate LeBron James. Here we go. What's up, Spencer? Okay, y'all. Guys, nobody. If y'all just give me shots, I will play it more. But listen, we got some great news going on in Louisiana. Arch Manning love.
All right, so Joey's cutting in and out. So, Joey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, you were cutting in and out real bad. Yeah, I can hear you. So let me repeat what you just said. Basically, Arch Manning.
Where does Arch Manning live?
So Arch Manning lives in Louisiana. Plays at Zachary.
Okay, so we got somebody. We got somebody, a kid from Louisiana. Some good news for him. So let's show the little bastard. Go ahead, Jonathan. Tell everybody what's up.
Oh, man. Arch Manning, probably the most prominent figure to come through recruiting as far as college football goes since, well, I can remember. I can't think of a more publicized recruiting trail that Arch Manning had. I mean, please someone tell me who is bigger than this, right? I honestly can't think of name one. Trevor Lawrence wasn't even hyped up this much. I get it. He has a perfect composite score of 24/7, the 1.0 score. You look at number one quarterback. He has all the intangibles, great arm, all that good stuff. But the problem I have with him, he committed to Texas. I get it. I understand it. I get the hype. But he does play in Zachary, Louisiana, and it is a two-way school. So I would like to see him play better competition moving into this. But at the same time, he did commit to Texas. Quinn Ewers, the number one quarterback from this past year's class since he reclassed, is sitting in Texas right now as a redshirt freshman now. With Arch Manning now coming in, it's going to leave basically Manning a place to sit for one season. Quinn Ewers will be eligible for the draft that coming season, essentially. And I think it's a perfect lineup for Texas. I think if you're a Texas fan, you couldn't be happier to get Arch Manning in this class because you weren't in the running for Nico. You weren't in the running really for Holstein. You weren't in the running really for Moore. Like all Rashada, like all these other guys you weren't in the running for, but they ended up getting Arch Manning. So in my opinion, it was kind of an all or nothing for Texas, and it just so happened to work out for him. But, yeah. What is your take on Arch Manning? Like, I know you got to be tired of seeing this dude already being all over Facebook, Twitter. I mean, everywhere you turn, it's Arch Manning, Arch Manning, Arch Manning, right?
The first thing that I thought about, do I still sound like a Wendy's driver?
No, you're good now.
Okay.
The first thing I thought
about was this kid chose money over championships. And which, you know what? Look, money talks.
It does.
You can't buy a Ferrari with a championship ring.
Nope. You pay for a championship ring.
I don't think Charles Barkley looks back at his career and be like, oh man, my career sucked while he's counting his millions and millions. Okay? It is what it is. Of course, you go out there and compete and you want to win a championship. The $1 million was going to come anyway. But for the years, it's not guaranteed in college football that you're going to win a championship unless you go to Alabama. You go into the playoffs with Alabama. That's guaranteed. Until Nick Saban retires, it's guaranteed that you go into the playoffs. No, it's guaranteed. I mean, look, how many years has he been to the playoffs?
I'm saying a fun fact is every single class that Nick Saban's recruited has a ring. every
There you
single
go.
class.
So look, I'm not mad at the kid. The Texas is gonna give him them big bucks. You know, he may suck. He may suck. He comes from a 2A school. He may go over there and suck it up. Might as well go ahead and get all the money you can before they figure out you suck. I'm not mad at the kid. But we got that Eli kid. Eli
Sounds like
Holstein. No, we got Eli Holstein. We got Simpson. We got Rumble Road. We're good. We're straight. We got a championship team.
And that's why he didn't come to Alabama.
We got a championship team for next 10 years. And we still have a good coach. We're good.
Man.
Okay, so go ahead.
That's why he didn't come to Alabama. He's not going to come to Alabama with us having Ty Simpson, Jalen Milroe, and then bringing in Eli Holstein, who's a perfect fit, by the way, for the Bill O'Brien offense. Same reason he didn't go to Georgia. He's not going to compete with Brock Vandergriff, and he's not going to compete with Carson Beck. These guys are 5-star quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Or highly 4-star, almost 5-star. He's not going to. There's no reason for him to go to that. Steve Sarkisian, let's be real for a minute, is going to develop him better as a QB and get him to the NFL better than, this is a very unpopular thing to say, than Alabama could right now and Georgia. Steve Sarkisian can develop him.
Yeah. Hey, look, I think he's going to be a good fit for Texas. Too bad you're not going to win.
Yeah, he probably won't win.
Well, you know, when does Texas go to the SEC? 2025?
2020. He'll never see the SEC. So he'll be in the NFL by the time they roll into the SEC.
Do you think? No, he'll be a junior by the time in 2025.
So he comes in next season, right?
That's
which is
2023 season.
So he'll have 2023 season, all at 2024 season. The 2025, I think, into the 6th. So he may see one season at most.
But unless he gets
maybe.
Unless he gets redshirted.
But dude, as soon as Arch is available to go, he's going. I believe, go look at his mechanics. Like, if everything points to what he should be, he's gone as soon as he can. He will be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft because his mechanics, everything about the kid screams NFL.
Look, we got to move on fast. Just remember, everybody's like, this is an Alabama show. Why are we not talking about Alabama? Because they're still dominant.
They were recruiting him.
They're very still dominant. We can talk transfers and all this, but we have to move on to other pressing news. Because this is about Alabama. This is about Nick Saban. Nick Saban has talked about this. The whole Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban saga, it comes for something like this. Jonathan, fill the.
So, here we go again. So we have another Pitt player. Basically, let me bring up the exact article here. By a linebacker out of Pitt. His first name, SirVocea, I believe is how you say it. Then his last name's Dennis. I could be butchering the kid's first name. It is really hard to say. But either way, ends up coming out and saying that, look, 2 schools have contacted me now illegally, saying that he was illegally contacted and being told to go into the transfer portal so he could be picked up. So this whole tampering thing is still not over with. I have a feeling Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher is going to be drugged back out in the daylight from all this already clearing up and saying, what is going on here? Are these players still being contacted? Because this all really got started, and I feel like this is what egged it on, when Scott Satterfield with Louisville, their head coach, said that, look, Alabama contacted Tyler Harrell illegally, and that's how we got him. He pretty much openly said that. Soon after that, Justin Addison kind of made a remark pointing to it could have been illegal how he was contacted, but didn't say it outright. And now Dennis, the linebacker out of Pitt, who is staying at Pitt, by the way, came out and just freely told everybody, hey, schools are contacting me, and they're doing it illegally. And I told both schools themselves to stop contacting me unless I'm in the transfer portal. So now you have players calling out entire universities and the programs, which is something I'm finding interesting. And there's more to this story coming out in the next 2 days. Just what I heard, a little birdie in the ear. There will be more coming out on this. And I have a feeling that he's probably being contacted by either the NCAA, which I don't know if they're still governing this. I seriously doubt it. Or if maybe there's an outside third-party source that's saying what is going on here, and they're going to contact the universities themselves because that's tampering. So hopefully Alabama's not involved. I seriously doubt it because there's no reason for us to go after him. But I'm really interested to see what they do about this, because clearly if information is going to come out on this outside of this, somebody's getting hit with something, in my opinion.
We got our man Waylon. By the way, you can catch Waylon on Tuesday nights as well. He said, "Why are we talking about other schools?" Well, you know what? Because we can't just talk about the dominance of Alabama 24/7. We had to. This all, if you think about it, the Pittsburgh story comes from what Nick Saban said. You listen to what Nick Saban said. You know, right now people are using NIL deals to entice players to come to their programs. That's not how the NIL programs was made. It was made like, hey, look, if you become good enough, you can get an NIL deal. You're not supposed to use these NIL deals. You know, it's got to be some type of. You laughing, but I mean it's true. You gotta use these NIL deals for the right reasons. You know, come to our program to get an education, become dominant football player, learn how to be a champion. And you can feel like a champion with CTS, by the way, if you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Every time you hit the subscribe button on the CTS Sports Room, an angel in heaven gets to meet Bear Bryant. True story.
Oh my gosh.
That's true. It's real true.
So do you want to shift into Alabama and talk about their big pickup over the weekend?
Why not?
Wilkin Formby, 4-star offensive tackle. With that being said,
the biggest offensive lineman in this country,
like 6'8", over 300 pounds, 24/7 has him listed as the number 10 offensive tackle. I believe it's like 83rd or 84th overall player in the country. Commits to Alabama out of Tuscaloosa, out of Northridge High. I believe they're a 6A program to be exact. A lot of people had him leaning to Ole Miss late, including myself, because he was not liking what Alabama did, which was a late commit or a late offer in January, which made him lean a little bit towards Oklahoma and Ole Miss and away from Alabama. But supposedly he gained a good rapport with Eric Wolford, our new offensive line coach. And from January till now, he made up that ground that was lost with him, and we get him. But on top of that, we get Formby here, 4-star offensive tackle, looks very promising to end up in the tackle position. Wolford ended up coming out saying he's going to be at left or right tackle, but he wants him at the left. Sit him for a year or two, develop the kid. He looks really good. But on top of that, let's add on something else. Alabama is still in the running for Caden Proctor, 5-star offensive tackle, obviously. Francis Mawanoa, which is another 5-star offensive tackle, but I personally believe he's going to end up at USC, as he did do an official visit there this past weekend, and it looked like the kid's pretty much all but wrapped up in USC, and he's also going to be in the Polynesian Bowl. And then we're still also involved in Samson Okunlola as well, which is another 5-star offensive tackle. All that's coming from 24/7 Sports. If we can just get one of those 5 stars on top of Formby, I'm completely happy as an Alabama fan and as somebody that follows the recruiting as much as I do. Because any of those 3 guys are huge pickups. Caden Proctor is probably my favorite, then Okunlola, and I don't believe Mawanoa will end up coming. So, yeah.
So I got to ask you a question, Jonathan. What's Auburn football doing right now in recruiting? War, suck it. All right.
Yeah, they're struggling actually right now. So yeah, and put up Justin's comment down there. Samson's nickname Pancake Honcho. Yeah, he actually has a Twitter picture of him in an Alabama uniform holding up his pancakes. Looks like he went to IHOP essentially. Yeah, Samson. I really like Samson. Proctor, I think, is the guy to get for us because of the size and the length. Samson Okunlola, if he does come in, he'll end up probably being a guard, in my opinion, because he doesn't have the length that Proctor does. And same thing with Mawanoa. Mawanoa is really strong, but he doesn't have the length that you typically see out of the Alabama offensive tackles, which is why I think Proctor is going to be the primary guy to go after. Same thing with Formby. Formby's length is incredible. So there's no doubt he's going to be in the tackle position, especially with his footwork. So looking as technical and advanced as it is at this, stage of his career. So, yeah.
Oh, Spencer comes out. What about defensive lineman Stewart getting an offer from Saban?
Yeah, that's another one. Like, there's going to be a lot of late offers. And see here, I talked to Samson today. Yeah,
Stewart. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something about Waylon. If he says he talked to Samson today, he talked to Samson.
Yeah, okay, that is Waylon. Yeah. Stewart's an interesting one. There's a lot of interesting guys that are being offered right now. Now, is he a 23 guy or is he a 2024 guy? Pay attention to that as well. But Stewart, there's going to be a lot of late offers. It's going to be interesting for Alabama because Alabama, they're not being out recruited, but there's a lot more parity in recruiting this late into the season. Because last recruiting cycle, if you guys remember, we were around 57th in the month of March, bleeding into April. We were like 57th, but we scaled really quick, right? April, so May, June, July, we skyrocketed to like top 5 or top 10 around that in just a couple of weeks. Right now, that's not the case. If we do end up getting a commit from Proctor, and then we get a commit from, I would like to see Woods clearly, then we're going to skyrocket a little bit, but we're going to need a hard push to get in the top 10 pretty quick. And it's starting to worry me a little bit. I know I shouldn't be, because Alabama has this tendency the past 3 years of recruiting on waiting on all these guys to basically commit at the last moment. And if we don't get the guy we want, we'll have a late offer and we'll end up picking that guy up. But I'm tired of being stressed out from recruiting every year. I wish Saban would just bring in a class really early and have us at the top really early like he did 4 to 5 years ago. So, yeah.
Well, we got to go to our guest. He is the SEC Super Fan. He knows all the details about the Arch Manning deal. He told me I need to come on. I need to educate you guys. I said, okay, Stingray. And when he comes on, I'm just going to let him, got a little surprise for him. I want to tell him about a conversation we had yesterday. Being that he is the SEC Super Fan, I want him to explain to everybody who this player is. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Arch Manning news. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from the Paul Feinberg Show. You know him for being one of the coolest internet sensations. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Mr. Hell State, the one and only Stingray. Stingray, how you doing today?
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when Stingray takes over the Bama Smoke? How are you guys doing?
We're gonna get some coffee.
Another day.
Get what
Get
now?
some coffee.
So let's go ahead and get to it. Arch Manning, he signed with Texas. How much money are they offering?
$1 billion.
Now that I don't have a clue, but I got to tell you, I am really surprised by this because yes, everybody's talking about it's Sark and it's the NIL money. I get that, but everybody forgets last November, guys, the all-time low for the Texas program. This same nucleus of players had a 56-game road losing streak snapped on them by the Kansas Jayhawks, folks. Kansas, who has been the cellar dweller of college football for the last 10 years, walked into Austin, Texas for the first time ever and knocked off the Longhorns, and now Arch wants to be a Longhorn. Yeah, that's a real smart one right there. Let me also add this. Peyton Manning did not win a national championship. Eli did not win a national championship. None of the Mannings won a national championship in college football. Here's this. If he chooses Alabama, Georgia, or somebody else, I mean, he could even have stayed at LSU. He could have been the first Manning to win a national championship. But he picked Texas, and the rest is history. Now, me personally, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, this nucleus of players that Texas has right now, I'm going to give him about a 20% chance to win a ring there in Austin. That's my pick.
Well, I will tell Nick Satan, call your boy K, tell him show up for the show.
Now, I would also like to throw this in, though. The reason Georgia missed out on Arch Manning is one simple reason, and that
They
is
suck.
Kirby Smart's track record with 5-star quarterbacks coming in the door and walking right back out the door over there in Athens. Who has gotten Georgia to the national championship games the last 2 years? One of them was a walk on, the other one was a guy by the name of Jake Fromm. That's the reason the Bulldogs of Georgia missed out on Arch Manning, in my
All right, hold on.
opinion.
Can I test this theory out? What if Georgia did have a very great? That's my English. Roll Tide.
Yes.
Uh, what if Georgia had a great quarterback? You see how dominant Georgia would have been.
They do have a good quarterback. They're just not playing him.
They just
Yeah.
Carson Beck's a good quarterback. I'm telling you, folks, if you're not paying attention right now, Carson Beck next year, when Stetson Bennett leaves, you better start paying attention.
Yes.
No,
I'm gonna be honest with
understand,
you.
but is he playing now?
No, he's not playing now.
Okay, so they're not playing a good quarterback. But
Stetson Bennett beat us.
Huh?
Stetson Bennett beat us.
He's not a Bryce Young. He's not
You don't have to be a Bryce Young. What beats Alabama all the time? It's not a Bryce Young. Hell, Steven Garcia beat us in 2010.
Hold on. Well, look, I'm not saying that Alabama has great quarterbacks all the time. Brody Croyle wasn't a awesome quarterback. Too. John Parker Wilson wasn't an awesome quarterback. Greg McElroy wasn't a great quarterback.
He was smart, though.
Jake Coker wasn't a great quarterback. I'm just saying. I'm talking about what if Georgia had a great quarterback, a Peyton Manning type of player. What could Georgia, a Tim Tebow? What could Georgia do this year? They would have definitely gone undefeated.
I mean, we say the same thing about LSU. How many times did LSU miss out having Leonard Fournette, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase? You go on with these OBJ, on and the defenses. My God. It was matching Alabama.
And by the way, Stingray, you talk about the Mannings never won national championships in college. I think they made up for it with the 4 Super Bowl rings.
Yes,
they got.
absolutely. But I'm still saying,
if I had to have a national championship or a Super Bowl championship,
I know, but what I'm saying is he could have been the first Manning to ever win a national championship. I mean, that's a legacy in of itself.
No, and Justin's exactly correct on that.
Justin is exactly correct. My point was they wouldn't. They were great quarterbacks. Greg McElroy didn't lose a game till his 2010 season.
They did their job.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Greg McElroy didn't lose a game till his 2010 season. He went undefeated all the way through high school, his first year of college football as a starter. So he was a good quarterback. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying John Parker Wilson. He held records. I think he still holds a couple of records. Brody Croyle, great quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time at the University of Alabama. Those 3 quarterbacks right there are probably one of the best quarterbacks, 3 of the best quarterbacks of all time at the University of Alabama. I'm just saying they weren't great. They weren't a Bryce Young.
Right.
They wasn't a Manning.
The key word that Justin's trying to make is they're not developed like the Bryce Youngs, the Tua Tagovailoas. Why? Because there wasn't a Lane Kiffin. There wasn't a Steve Sarkisian. There wasn't a Holloman Wiggins coaching up the wide receivers.
Right.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, in my opinion.
Waylon does have a point. Peyton did win a SEC championship,
but not the national.
But T. Martin won one.
But during that time, the SEC championship meant something.
Right. I got you. Well, guys,
now,
honestly,
I don't know why we even have a conference. I don't know why we have a conference championship game. It means shit.
I got a question for both of y'all, though. Taking the NIL completely out of this, would you guys not agree with me that with the talent around him at Texas right now, that this was a stupid move? If you take the NIL money out of the equation, I say yes.
I'll let you start and then I'll go.
Well, no, you go ahead and make this point because I got a point. It's off this point.
So that's a yes and no. it would be I don't know if Arch would beat out Eli Holstein. That's not a guarantee he would start at Alabama, in my opinion. I know people love Arch and they're enamored by his mechanics like I am. I follow, I learned a lot from an Upset Sports Aaron Parks. Like, he showed me a lot on the mechanic sides and stuff like that. You can fall in love with that, but it doesn't mean he's going to be the best fit for the program, right? It doesn't mean he's going to be successful in a Bill O'Brien style offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I think Eli Holstein's a better fit. So if you put Eli Holstein and Arch Manning both in the program with Bill O'Brien and run that offense, I personally feel like Eli Holstein gives you better results. Now, with that being said, Arch Manning, what he brings to the table, it is absolutely horrible if he goes to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't favor Georgia in no way, shape, or form. Going to Texas, in my opinion, with the creativity Steve Sarkisian has, he can eliminate the young, youthful mistakes that Arch will make if he starts as a redshirt freshman or even a true freshman. He can kind of hide that. Look at what he did with, Tua Tagovailoa, like Tua. And then he goes to the NFL and does what he does. And a lot of it has to do with what did he do? He dubbed down the playbook to specifically fit his style of quarterback. So I feel like Arch knows that if he walks into Texas, he's getting a head coach that will alter his playbook to him and favor him in the long run. So I agree with you. I don't think it's a smart move long-term because what if he gets hurt? What if the O-line can improve, right? What if he doesn't advance pass? And then, like you said, there's no NIL money. But at the same time, he's getting a development from a Steve Sarkisian that you most likely won't ever get anywhere else outside of maybe Lincoln Riley, maybe Lane Kiffin. You can give those two their credit. But, yeah, that's my answer to that.
Okay.
So, real fast before we get on that point, Waylon asked what quarterback had the best record under Nick Saban? I'm saying A.J. McCarron. That's what I'm going with.
Well, he started the most games, I believe.
Yeah, so, I have to go with him. Stingray, who you got?
But Waylon?
Who you got? Who you got?
Oh.
Most wins by an Alabama quarterback under Saban, it'd have to be AJ because he started 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he won 2 rings in 3 years.
Yep, AJ.
Okay.
But I would like to also, real quick, I would also like to pull up and add to this one right here, all time. There is one guy who claims that he is the winningest Alabama quarterback in Alabama history, and that is Jay Barker.
Yeah.
Now, he does claim that. So
Jay Barker's beating everything. But anyway.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, God.
Too soon? Too soon?
Was he found guilty or no? Was it a plea deal? Was he found guilty?
It was, I think, misdemeanor. I think.
Oh, so he received
look.
Look, everybody gets drunk.
Yeah, it's pretty much a slap on the
everybody gets drunk. Shouts out to Chris Brown. Anyway.
That's a different story.
Look, bottom line is this. Look, Jay Barker, we love you, but back in the day, your wife was hot. I think that's what hit her because it was like
back in the day.
Sarah McCock, whatever her name was, she was hot back in the day.
Yeah, I agree.
She's not hot now.
I have to look her up. And
you got sometimes you got
Jennifer Aniston, like 45, 46.
Jennifer Aniston and Sandra Bullock. Yeah, Sandra Bullock, who's 57, and Jennifer Aniston is like 53.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would trade for somebody younger because they're super hot.
Oh, man.
Ellen Million is almost 80. I'll trade her in for a young girl because she's damn. For an 80-year-old, she's kind of hot.
What in the world is that?
You hear the screaming?
Uh-huh.
That's my son. He's
okay.
I was like, what in the world?
I thought that was Joey's bunch.
No, my son, he's like 2 rooms down in the kitchen.
I gotcha.
It's all right. Hey,
he's loud.
My kids are famous. Hey, somebody, Jay Berg had here we go.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. Somebody put like the feminist patrols.
For you, talking about you, Joey.
Okay.
Oh man,
I'm trying to find it. Oh,
I found it. I got it.
Joey, the Defense Patrol is coming for you. I don't care. Tell them. I'm the Eddie Murphy of the show. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not politically correct. I'm going to get, before I become successful on YouTube, I'm going to get kicked off YouTube. But I'm taking Jonathan.
I should have kicked you off after the Bill Engvall incident, but that's another story for another day.
You can't be successful on YouTube unless you've already been kicked off.
We told that story too.
I thought that was the thing.
YouTube is not even paying attention to me right now. Okay, imagine. Okay, one question. After this, we got to move on. Imagine what Jay's stat line would have been if he had opened up the offense with those wide receivers.
Oh, it would be unreal. Are you serious? Like, it'd be ridiculous. It'd be like Matt Caddell being involved in that offense in today's offense.
Now that was real smoke. Thank you, Spencer. Brock, I saw you in Georgia live with Arch going at the Georgia fans. So let's get on this real fast because we only got a limited time. We're going to go take the show to 7:45. Right now, I want to know who's going to be the best fan base of this year. I mean, I'm thinking Alabama fans because we are going to be dominant this year. There's not a doubt in my mind that Alabama is not going to win a national championship. I said it last year. I said Alabama was going to win a national championship. Everybody called me an idiot. So I said just have faith. They're going to win a national championship. They went all the way to the national championship game. People still after they beat Georgia in the SEC championship game and went to a national championship game, people still had doubt. I'm telling you this year, this is the year of Alabama. They're going to win another national championship. What fan base do you think is going to be crazy this year? What fan base is going to prison? What fan base is going to have more arrests? What fan base is going to have the most parties? What fan base do you believe right now, Stingray, besides the Mississippi State fans, because people are going to call the cops for those freaking cowbells, what fan base do you think is going to blow it up this year?
Tennessee, because they always do, and then they always get put in their place.
Yeah, in the cousin's bed. Yes, in the cousin's bedroom. Jonathan, where do you think? Come on, you see what I did there?
Oh no, hold
on. You see the genius that happened? You see
I did.
He said they always get put in their place, and I said, "Where? The cousin's bedroom." You see the genius, Jonathan? What fan base do you think is going to be the craziest fan base of all time?
Adding on to the Tennessee before I give this answer, Tennessee is playing at Pitt at Heinz Field, and I forgot what viewer said this on my show. They're going to call it the Condiment Bowl because it's at Heinz Field. Tennessee fans throw in mustard.
Yes.
Right. Anyways, I had to do a dad joke type thing going on. Anyways, it's going to be Oklahoma with Brent Venables. If they get on a roll winning early, they're going to go absolutely haywire. Losing Lincoln,
I thought
the way
we were
they
just
got snaked
SEC.
over.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, we could talk just SEC. If it's just SEC, I'd have to go with I think Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin.
All right.
I always like that mixture of chaos, and Lane brings it.
Outside the SEC. Oh, super! Who we got here? That's a good one. Hang on, let's see what he got. Y'all ain't doing none of that. Y'all kiss the trophy over here in Athens. Dog Nation is the best, and stop copying the out phone light show over there in Tuscaloosa. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, he's talking about this right back there. That's what he's talking about.
The light show came from. We had it in Tuscaloosa before Georgia had it. By the way, we were the first ones to have it.
Okay, we got one of those fans. Hey, I'm glad you're here, Surfer Boy. That's a good one, Hinesbo. Oh, we got our first troll. Oh, troll. I like trolls. How's your wife and my kid?
Okay, so going back to outside.
No, Stingray, do not cut me off when I'm talking to a troll. Don't you cut me off. How's your wife and my kids, Surfer Boy? The child support is in the mail, babe. All right, and tell your wife to start blow up my DMs. Seriously, y'all just got cell phones about 10 years ago now. Actually, I got my first cell phone 20 years ago today. Cellular One, shouts out. I remember $30 a month. Couldn't beat it. Don't get started, bro. You better ask somebody. Who am I gonna ask? Your wife? I don't talk to her. I don't talk to her. Cut him off, Stink. No, don't cut me
It's not
off.
cutting you off, Joey. I'm going to mute you now that I have control of this thing. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Joey's done.
Jonathan, real quick, going back to Joey's gonna kick our ass. Anyway, going back to outside of the SEC, I feel like we are about to hear a crazy buzz out of Miami,
Yeah, Miami.
because they just got Mario Cristobal back down there.
Yeah, Mario is an interesting. I like the hire. Mario down the number one
Yes.
coming from Alabama and then going to Oregon and bringing that pedigree down to Miami and recruiting the way he's doing recruiting in Miami. He's keeping those boys down there.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. I believe what they call it, 205 or whatever. So,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so,
Liberty City. So yeah, man, it's crazy. See, I'm looking at the comments too here. Yes, great job, John. I didn't cut him off. That was actually that was Stingray. He booted him.
yeah.
He put him in timeout. Timeout. Joey don't even know.
Oh, he's over there pouting. I see it. He's over there pouting.
Well, we got 3 minutes left. You better let him back on, or he's gonna lose it.
Okay, go ahead, man.
I don't know how to bring him on. There he is. Hey,
Cut
you're
me
back.
off one
Where'd
more
you go?
damn time. It's gonna be ass whoopings and repercussions.
Talk
Now,
to
I'm gonna
the
tell you
finger,
something
man.
else.
Talk to the
You know what? I'm
finger.
gonna tell you something else, Sting.
Oh, did you do that?
No, I didn't.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
Stop it, Sting. Anyway, before we go, we got one more. This channel and Big Bama Boy locked in now. Go eat dinner, Big Bama Boy.
Dang.
Oh, I give him this. He's funny. He's funny. I like him. I like him a
entertainment.
lot. I like him.
You're gonna
Yes,
drive me to
Joey will,
drinking behind me here. I don't know if you can see all
Joey
my.
will kill y'all. I'll tell you the truth. Joey will kill you, man. But hey, I like you. I like you, Silver Boy. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny. That was good. I like how I set you up there.
Right.
But listen, we gotta head out, Sting. Please tell everybody about tonight. Well, go ahead, Sting.
I want to talk about one quick thing now that I've got Jonathan here. Jonathan, in your opinion, was it not talking about the Georgia Bulldogs, and we've got a Georgia guy down there, was it not really dumb of Stetson Bennett to come back for one more year after he could have walked out as on top in a national champion? I personally feel like that was a dumb move to come back because of the players that Georgia lost to the draft, and of course the people who transferred.
So once again, I'm going to give you a two-piece answer because I never answer anything easily. That's not how I do things. The answer to this is going to be yes and no. Yes, it was smart for him to come back because, in the sense, he's finishing his master's degree. That's why he said he wanted to come back. And at the same time, it was not smart of him coming back in the terms of Kirby Smart bringing him back, because you're once again holding up Carson Beck and Brock Vandagriff, who I think personally is going to surpass him. And they're better talented quarterbacks, in my opinion, overall, and you're stunting their growth. Ask Justin Fields about this situation. So, yeah, I think it goes both ways. You know, him coming back and getting a free master's degree, it's cool. Yeah. It's on him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, Kirby doesn't mean Kirby has to start him. Right. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So if Carson Beck's already moved past him and Vandagriff's moved past him, he needs to put those guys in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
Just my opinion.
Yes.
So,
all right.
Yeah, there's your answer.
Y'all, we're running out today. So real fast, I want everybody to go ahead and hang on. Got one more from my new troll. Stetson's going to coach here after this. I swear he's never leaving.
You're right on that, bro.
I hope you never leave, Super Boy. You're going to be fun. I hope you enjoy that keyboard warrior stuff because I got something for you, baby. I love it. I love trolls. I love them. I personally like them. I don't know about y'all, but I like them. Yeah, but anyway, here we go. We're like Jake King. You remember what happened with Jake King? Stingray, I'm going to tell you about tonight.
Sure.
Why you
Tonight,
looking?
right
Why
back
you
there
looking like
behind
that?
me
You got a radio
on
show.
Tide. What?
Nothing.
You still talking, Joey?
No.
His internet's freezing up.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Tonight on the Stingray Show, right there behind me on Tide 100.9 here in Tuscaloosa, we are going to have Alabama native and Alabama player AC Carter join us at 9 o'clock Central, 10 Eastern. And so AC is going to talk about his playing days there at the Capstone, his coaching days, and he's also going to talk about his new business there in Alabaster. It is going to be a whole lot of fun. And so, guys, if you are not in the Tuscaloosa area, you can find it on Tide100.9.com and then click on the Listen Live to hear the AC Carter interview tonight, right here on Tide 100.9, right there behind me at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
All right. Guess what? It's your
You gonna
turn.
let me talk? All right. College football, Jonathan Lewis on YouTube. I'm actually doing an interview tonight with Matt Caddell, thanks to these fine gentlemen hooking me up with that. But yeah, college football, Jonathan Lewis on YouTube, and then at College FB Lewis on Twitter. That's it.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
And one more thing from me.
Sure.
Coming up here in just a few weeks, the Stingray Show is going to have an exclusive interview with Missouri head coach Gary Pinkel.
Yeah, so
You're definitely going to want to keep tuned for that one.
Stingray, look what Waylon put.
Tim's gonna fight Joey.
Keep dreaming, Waylon.
I didn't do it. It was Kangaroo Black. It wasn't me. It was a guy named Jake King.
We're not here to talk that mess. Just shut your mouth and let's get off this.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the CTS Sports Room. This is the Bama Smoke. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Tell your friends, tell your family. Parent guidance is not needed. Just go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. So free, even I can afford it. Okay? Hit the subscribe button, press the like button, and remember, Auburn fans, no matter what, every time I think about you, I remind myself to take out the trash. You have a good night.